Well, good day, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between. My name is Demobza, and today I have some guest speakers here. Can you guys yourself or something? I don't know.
Alright, hi, I'm Baguette. I'm an artist, and I like to draw. This is why, that's why I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Is it my turn? Oh, I'm Summer. Also a small artist on Instagram, and yeah, I also like to draw.
I don't need to introduce myself.
No, you don't. So today we're going to be talking about the art community, and basically what the art community is, different types of artists and stuff like that. So we'll start off with what is the art community. I think that's a good place to start. So what do you guys define as art community?
Okay, so I think the art community is a platform of like a bunch of artists all around the world where they interact with each other and they post art and like they just like they build portfolios and stuff, and the community is a wonderful place that like where new and young artists can show their art off to the world.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. That's kind of what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you also have to meet some amazing people on there too.
or meet really terrible people.
Oh, true.
But like
I mean, I'm
We
not
don't
much.
vibe with them.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I'm not much of an artist, but from what interactions I've had with others in the art community, it's pretty toxic. I've got
Yeah,
to
it
kiss
can
this
be
out there.
sometimes.
it's a
Well,
double
Just so everybody knows, that none of you who are watching, we're talking about art, not the arts.
Yeah,
So,
we're
like,
talking
We're
about
talking
like
about
visual art.
visual, traditional, and digital.
Yeah, we're talking about that, just so we don't confuse anyone.
Yeah, because the music community, they're pretty chill. Love the music community.
I can talk about that for ages, but that's getting off topic.
Yeah, no, okay. So,
Community is like a double-edged sword, right? You have to use it wisely.
yeah, so, where do you think like most of the art community is found? I know there's websites like DeviantArt where they're most popular, but like where's majority of the
Okay.
community, especially toxic sites and wholesome
Generally,
sites?
it can be said that like a lot of younger artists start off on Instagram, and there are quite a few artists on Twitter as well. I think DeviantArt is still quite popular, but it's more for building portfolio and like commissions and more professional work. Um, there are also like other platforms which are more international, like for example, like PixIV and ArtStation, stuff like that are also a viable platform where you can post your art.
Yeah, okay, so I know you specifically forget mostly on like Twitter and Instagram, right? So what's your experiences like there and stuff?
Honestly, it's been pretty great. Like I haven't, apart from like the couple people that go, can you please like follow back. Like I've met a lot of amazing people and I've learned and developed so much.
Yeah, what about you, Summer? Where do you mostly do your art, and what do you think about the community there?
From my experience, they've been pretty chill. I mean, since I'm not as active as I would like to be, but from who people I've experienced with, they seem really nice and welcoming and supportive. I haven't really dealt with any negative people so far, and I hope I don't, but everyone seems pretty nice.
Yeah, okay, that's actually pretty good to hear. Wolf, as someone who's never been in the art community, from an outside glance, what do you think about it?
I honestly think it's got a certain place on the internet, like all the communities and stuff like that. I don't really care that much about the art community because I don't have that much interest in art, but just because I don't care doesn't mean that it's not important. There's definitely where a lot of people will find a lot of joy out of doing art. It's like it can be quite relaxing if you're not like having to like have deadlines and you just draw freely and whenever.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. So, next up, so we're gonna kind of look at kind of subsects of the art community, like you know how you have the people who are like my OCs don't steal and stuff like that. We're just gonna make fun of them. because that's what we do. Yeah, so honestly, I like to make fun of the furry community. I don't hate furries, but it's easy to make fun of them, okay?
That's the internet.
Yeah,
The internet makes me. Even I do it, and I'm a fucking furry.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm not.
Okay,
Are
I
you
have
sure,
something
though?
to say about this. Irony is that, like, although they can be quite concerning, but like, there's everybody has the odd one out in the community. But from what I've heard, they actually have been like the nicest commissioners and interact a lot better than just normal commissioners when it comes to art. So like, kudos to them.
Oh yeah, there's like a meme, like a joke about the internet. If you want some art done, get a furry to do it because I'll do it for cheap.
They'll do it cheap,
Not-
and they're gonna
no,
put a
not
lot
just
of effort
that,
into it.
Not just that, is that they're like, if they ask you for a commission, they're generally very nice about it and like, open and like supportive. And
Yeah, except you see all those like choosing beggars who want draw my persona hugging Tony the Tiger from the Frosted Flakes commercials, and I want it for free, man.
Oh
fortunately, I have lived to not see.
Good.
I mean, you keep your comments closed on Twitter. Not sure about Instagram, but you keep that stuff generally closed.
Comments.
Your comms, like commissions and stuff, like in your
Oh,
bio.
yeah. I haven't opened yet.
Yeah.
Officially.
Officially. Yeah. Okay. So the furry community, they're pretty chill, but they're easy to make fun of. But honestly,
Very easy.
the most toxic community on in the arts is probably the anime community. They're always dissing each other and stuff like that. I've seen too much in
Oh, yeah,
anime
we-
and especially like fan art for anime. It's like, no,
Love
this
the
character's
anime.
better, and it's really toxic and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, there's what's really sad about like fandoms and fandoms is that a lot of artists like work hard on their art, and then there's like reposters and fan accounts and Pinterest that go and say, "Oh, hey, I found this is pretty cool. Let me repost it, but let me not give credit to the artist because I don't know them and for it." And even if they do give credit, it actually still does hurt the artist because
It's
the
not,
repost is getting more engagement and likes.
yeah, that sucks.
And also, the toxic aspect of it. It's like, the ship is superior.
Oh my god, I honestly ship Bakugo and what's his name again? The red guy?
Kirishima?
Yeah,
Shima.
I honestly thought he was
Don't
Kirito for a
go
second.
into the subject of my hero ships. We're not gonna go there. That's
Oh,
No, that's
so-
that's
Oh,
toxic enough.
very
We don't
toxic.
need to do that.
That's
Yeah, I
another story
wanna-
for another day.
no. My goal is to attack every single part of the art community and get as much hate as possible. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my.
So, what about
You want
And
to hate
what about-
just so you don't support Black Lives Matter.
the animators, right?
Animators, they've been pretty chill, especially on YouTube. Except for there's been one controversy recently about a furry who stole art and and claimed she traced because she's only 14, guys. She can't draw that well. She didn't trace. She's only 14. She wouldn't know better. That's excuses. I'm 14, and I know.
I'm so
that this
sorry.
isn't
It's
deep.
just that I am not exactly the oldest artist to see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. But it's kind of stupid. No, don't play the age card. Just know what to
No,
do.
don't-
If you made a
don't-
mistake,
don't
just
do it.
admit it. If you didn't,
Don't go. Sorry, guys. I'm 14. Don't blame me.
Yeah, it's not my fault. I'm 14 years old. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if you generally want to keep a clean slate, do not play the age card.
Don't play the age card.
Don't do it. You just don't do it.
I mean,
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
yeah. Okay. So here's something that a lot of people should know, but they don't, is how would commissions be approached and what kind of payments are acceptable and like how would you do that kind of stuff?
Okay, so commissions generally, when you look, oh, hey, I like this artist, I'd like to commission them. You would go to their profile, and if they have commissions open or like a website that links to their commission info, you'd search it up and they'd be like, and you'd say, hey, I would be interested in commissioning. A lot of artists sometimes have a wait list, so because they have commissions that they have to deal with already. So you might have to wait a little bit on that. So if you want to get yours very quickly, you that I'll say, hey, I'd like commission right now and not be put on a wait list.
Yeah, and paying you with exposure is never okay, is it?
Do not pay an artist with exposure. Exposure isn't going to make the rent. It's not going to pay the bills. It's not going to buy the new Nintendo Switch they've been wanting to play Animal for.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So, yeah.
The only time paying an exposure would work is if you have a really big community, and let's send 1% of that community help support that artist. That's the
So,
only
like
time
PewDiePie.
exposure is allowed. Yeah.
No, still, it's nice to just have the actual cash.
yeah, cash is better than exposure. I don't care about exposure. It's like great, I guess.
Artists, look, it's odd not to care about numbers. Like, personally, I find it kind of sad that, like, a lot of artists are
Oh yeah, we
successful,
talked
but
about this.
that shouldn't undermine the value of your art, and shouldn't do it for numbers or likes, because that's not how it works.
Yeah, no, we talked about the whole dopamine rush you get from numbers and stuff like that, haven't we, Wolf?
Definitely. It does feel nice.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We stretched it out to an hour, didn't we? That was stupid.
Also, if you're commissioning an artist, be sure to wait, because like it takes time.
Yeah, art takes time.
Because
Like, how long does your average piece take just to get an image of how long it takes to commission someone? I'm talking to both.
I have.
Oh, you go first.
Okay. I have spent at least 8 hours on something.
Okay.
I think average would be about 4 to 5 hours per piece, and that's if it's like fully rendered. Like cell shading would take less. Like.
It depends on what kind of drawing it is for me. Like if it's like a full body, then it'll take much longer. But and then there's like all the coloring and stuff, and it's maybe around 4 or 5 hours ish.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So to put that into perspective, like let's say you have like 3 commissions. That's easily like half a day of work, or even more, depending on how much they ask for, right?
Especially like if your art blocked, that's gonna take a lot longer.
My art block is horrible. Oh my gosh.
I would say it honestly depends on like how you're commissioning. Like for example, if I commission Spaghetti, like I normally do commission Spaghetti, she would put me ahead first because she knows I'll pay a decent amount.
Yeah, so like keep it in mind. So like say you're charging like $45 for a full body, right? Like I'm talking Australian dollars here, and this
So that's
full
like
body
30
takes
US
you.
bucks.
Yeah, so this full body pays you like 5 hours. It's $9 an hour. So that's minimum wage.
Under minimum wage in Australia.
Minimum wage is $10 actually. I looked it up.
No, I saw it's
So
14,
like,
isn't it? Like if you're working full time or
yeah,
casually, it's 14.
Persons under the so part time is 38 hours. I know this a lot because I've been doing research. Anything below 38 hours is part time. So and it depends on what your field you're going in, but I would say generally it's $10 when you first start off, and then you'll go up to 15 when you turn 18, and then when you turn 21 you get the full payment. it goes by percentages. You get I believe it's 60% of adult pay when you're below 18, and then it's 70%, and then it's 100% at 21.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but definitely, if you are starting out, I do recommend not pricing a bit too high. Like, if you're not like being like professional like about it, like, not paying bills, you could lower it a bit, but don't overprice yourself.
Okay. Yeah, that's some great advice, right there. So now we're going to look at stupid forms of theft. Everyone's at least heard of one, right? Tracing,
Oh,
color theft,
Damn
palette
right.
theft, pose theft, item theft, name theft, all those kind of things. So we're just gonna
Right.
take a piss at all of them.
Popular opinion, I think. Well, maybe popular, but not. You have to trace. You have to do it. Like, you can't go through art without some form of tracing, right? But there's a way.
I've never
to do
traced.
it.
I've traced like I've
These-
traced my own hand before and stuff like that, but I've never traced someone else's art.
Yeah, that's fine. Even
Like
as a
you're-
kid, like
Coming up and chopping someone's hand off, tracing that, and saying it's your own damn hand.
that's just that's just references. References are completely fine. But I'm talking about full on just going, oh, look at this artist's art. Let me trace every single line that's mine. No, don't claim it as
Well, you
yours.
can
It's not
copy it.
yours.
You can copy it. It's not hard. It's like click on the image, copied, and you can paste it.
No. They want to
So-
make their own OCs. They want to change their hair to bubblegum pink. Is that what it's called, or is it
Okay,
bubblegum?
so there's a spectrum, right? There's a spectrum. So there's tracing, just full on copying it, heavily referencing, which is like stealing something as a pose, or like the like actual movement, but changing a little bit of stuff.
I've done
And just
heavily
referencing, which means
things
you've been
before.
inspired by it. So heavily referencing. Also, do not recommend if you're going to upload it online. Don't do it.
I just use it for practice.
If
Like
you-
if I'm a bit rusty, I'm just like,
That's
yeah.
perfectly alright if you're using it for practice. Just keep it to yourself because if an artist specifically says please do not steal, trace, or copy my art, like that they're serious. They're not putting that fat watermark for no reason.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but I find some thefts really silly. Like pose theft, I can almost understand if you have like an iconic pose, like Spider-Man with his hand pose or something. But I've seen people claim
Oh, yeah,
pose
that's
theft
fair.
over, hey, your character's standing with their left leg slightly outwards, and their right arm on their shoulder, something. That's pose theft.
That's not really pose theft, but like if a pose looks very, very suspiciously similar to like another artist's pose, like, you know, if it looks obvious that they took it, you know, it's like not okay. But if it's like a coincidence, right? Like, oh, they're in like the same fighting stance as the other one, but
I mean,
it's not
there's
in
only
the
a
same
limited amount of fighting
active.
stances there are in the world. If you're looking at proper taekwondo
Exactly.
techniques and
So
stuff. So
I mean, you can't like trademark a pose. Like if you're talking about fighting stances, so you've got like completely start all forms of martial arts now because it's like, hey, I had this one fighting pose in One Piece, and then like, there's this one video, martial arts video, of someone doing this pose. You can't trademark that. Technically, you could, but it'll be.
I mean,
You
no,
can't.
no. I think didn't they do that for like Spider-Man's hand gesture or something? Like you can trademark poses as long as it's with a character which
Oh.
resembles it. So this
oh,
to a certain extent you can.
Because that's the like if you change the pose just slightly, you got the rock and roll pose.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
but,
that's
like-
just me. But
No,
that's
but like
like,
if you
technically
make
not
like Spider Rope Frog Hero 2020 with the same pose, you've got more chances of being sued. I don't.
yeah, that's true. And, like,
I mean,
say if it's
maybe-
like it's like the
Yeah.
one specific pose that every artist uses, like the one I covered, hands behind back.
Or
It's,
hands in the hoodie.
that's not really
Hands in
trade.
the hoodie. Don't forget that one.
And pockets or hands just full on chopped off.
Yes.
Just.
I mean, the
that's
thing
not
is,
really-
companies do have this thing with false copyright stuff like that. Really big issue on YouTube and places like that. They wrongly DMCA you. It's like, remember, that is all an issue.
And
Just
they
because you
ignore
can
all
do
the
it,
fair
doesn't
use
mean companies
disclaimers.
won't do it. If a company can make money off it, they will do their best to make money off it.
Moral of the story: generally, don't trace to be like, oh, this is my work, or okay. Especially, do not remove the artist watermark and claim it as your own. Please don't do that.
God. Do people actually just remove
For a reason.
watermarks and make it get
Yes,
claim
people
it's their
actually just remove watermarks and be like, hey, I removed the watermark. Got you, bro.
God. Why? I mean, I know that some artists, they have paid versions without the watermark if you want to set as your wallpaper or something like that. And that's fine.
Like Patreon.
Yeah.
Like full on up removing like the watermark of a position and then using it for yourself.
Oh god.
It's not funky.
Not funky at all. Okay. And somehow we're onto our last topic. We're kind of on track today. We're not going off topic at all. Stupid drama. Especially the one I showed you in the video.
You've got
It's your time to vent it out.
I'm not gonna talk that much. We're gonna listen to this again for a talk for like the next 20 minutes. It's gonna
Yes.
be good.
Okay. So, if you can, avoid stupid drama as much as you can. Avoid it with your life.
Oh wait, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot to mention,
But-
we're addressing the whole Madame, and I think I forgot to name the artist.
Yes. Okay, so regarding the whole Madame thing, I have a lot of points on it. First of all, the entire thing about Madame going, hey, use fan art, you don't even do that as my thumbnail. And, like, just, okay, also, the artist was like what 14 and didn't have PayPal, so they're like, I'll just be paid in exposure, which on the artist's behalf, no, don't do that. Your work, you need to pay. Even if you don't have PayPal, just say no. Right? And then and she's like, oh okay, just as long as you credit me, it should be fine. Which is, you know, fair. I want to be credited for my thumbnail. So when the artist did when Madame did upload it, she didn't credit artist, and so the artist was like, oh hey, I'm super excited to be working with Madame, and she uploaded it. She didn't credit me, but I'm still happy. And so I think, and she also commented, she's like, hey, would it be possible if you credited me? And so Madame was like, she was just like, oh, and she approached DMs in Discord, right? And so she was like, why didn't you just tell me in private? We could have just re-uploaded it. Like, oh my god, why such a big deal? I credited you now, huh? Are you happy? And so I think she did. And then she also stills, is that correct?
I know, I think from my memory, what she did is, at first she said credit to no one because the person was being unprofessional. And after a bunch of controversy, she changed it so it does credit her. It took her
I
like
thought it was she didn't credit her, and then she did.
and then she didn't again.
Yeah. And also, another thing that I'm very angry about is that when she was like, oh hey, can you do stills for me? Which is in addition to the deal of asking for the thumbnail. It was like, oh, can you draw like 10 images for me, like as soon as possible for free with like only exposure? And so of like Limer's doing what she did, which like she did the stills and it took 2 weeks. And Madame was angry that it took 2 weeks.
2 weeks is
And
actually
2
pretty
weeks
short.
is actually like really quick. It's really quick.
That is.
Like say, I don't know, one still takes like 3 hours times like 10, which is 30 hours in 2 weeks. Amazing, that's so quick.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, my stills are taking forever because I don't know how to.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and she was probably still a school student. She got homework, she got chores, she got school. Like, I must have stayed up really late doing those. And like, Madame has the audacity to get angry. It's only 2 weeks.
Sarah gets triggered.
I'm actually very angry about this.
No, I was angry when I found out about
Yeah,
the
it took
situation. as well.
you like 1.5 weeks to finish like all the art that I asked for, and I overpaid you, didn't I? You did it really quickly, so.
I didn't.
Oh, what? It was like 3 weeks. I don't know. It was a
That's
while,
still
yeah.
pretty quick. If it comes
It was a
within
while.
a month, that's still on time for me. It's like,
If it's within,
No,
if it's
to
within a
do
month,
profile redesign, 5 emotes, plus she did 3 extra, and an animation. I'm just saying, that's in under 2 weeks. That's pretty impressive.
that is really impressive, actually.
oh, y'all gonna stuck my ego. Anyway, continue. Okay, I need to get mad now.
Yeah, no,
So,
sorry. Yeah, continue.
in addition to waiting 2 weeks for stills, Madame had the audacity. She had the audacity to dox someone. Like, and then she was pissed because Slimers had the common sense to not give a random stranger on the internet a real phone number. Like, so who does that? Who does that?
Yeah. I mean, everyone did that for like one of Sea Dog's videos where he called a bunch of random people.
Oh, well, yeah, but like, he didn't. No one was like doxing anyone, like threatening to harass someone and giving them phone numbers.
Yeah, doxing someone is bad. I think we can all agree on that.
Guy Jackson?
That's a bit too controversial for my channel, at least.
I'll get us stalked.
That's a grey area. Let's move back to me being angry.
Actually, before
Right.
we do that, I just need a quick break for hydration.
Alrighty then.
Gotta get that H2O.
Do
Alright, that's hydration for me.
okay.
Now, yeah, so most of the stupid drama in the art community, from what I've seen, is like, oh no, you traced me. Oh no, you stole my palette. How dare you draw my OC without asking me for permission?
Actually, by the way, artists artists are really happy if you draw their OC. But like, if you take it as your own, they won't be happy. But like, if you're like, oh hey, can I draw your OC? They'd be overjoyed. Do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's you. You don't know about other artists.
Like, if you can draw up others' OCs, just credit them, and everything will be smooth sailing.
Yeah, cause I got freaking into an argument on Reddit because someone thought I stole their art style, even though they commented on my art. Sorry, they commented on my art piece. They commented on my art piece saying, "Damn, that's a nice style you got there. I'm gonna do something in a similar style." I put another piece in the same style. I was like, "How dare you steal my art style?" He took inspiration from me, made that into his.
To be fair,
Bruh.
Reddit's a joke. Reddit's a complete fucking joke.
Oh,
It is.
Okay, do you guys know what I find really funny, just irrelevant? Is when artists draw something, right? And then like people will be like, oh, you traced that, and they're like, oh, thank you, I can't believe I'm so honored to have traced my own art.
Oh my-
I just find this so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we should like wrap it up now. We're reaching like the half an hour mark. So, any final words or anything before I,
Okay. My life advice: credit artists, avoid drama, don't do things for exposure. just don't be a jerk in general.
Yeah, Summer, do you have anything to say?
I'm not really sure what to say.
I mean, you can say anything. You can even say, like, smash
Kill
like a...
people online.
Okay.
Yeah, be nice to
Hit
people
that
online.
notification button.
Yeah.
Be sure to like.
I don't even ask.
Yeah, don't subscribe to this content. This is terrible fucking content.
Thanks, Wolf.
I don't know whether to feel amused or offended on Mob's behalf.
Nah, it's fine.
I was talking about my content. I'm not sure about his.
Why are you
My
putting
content's terrible as
content
well.
in this?
Because this is going on my channel also.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah, we,
Whoa.
so he
Okay.
basically uploads a trash version of the same content in low effort, and then I make it look pretty and re-upload it. That's how it works.
See? I'm still
mean-
recording.
Pretty funky.
Yeah,
we are. We can stop.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna stop
Are we
now.
gonna like edit this out?
Or maybe just put it in as a blooper. I don't know.
We put in a
Bloopers.
bloopers.
Yeah, we'll put it in bloopers. Or I may just forget
Okay,
and just keep it like super awkward at the end.
all got internet personas we hide behind.